Italian is dangerous. Don't say I didn't warn you. Now, on the surface, Italian is famous all over the globe for its seductive musicality, but to the untrained ear is often compared to singing or even poetry. However, there is a dark side that lies beyond deeper in the language that many Italian learners don't know about. From diabolic double meanings to cringe-worthy insults. Are you sure you're saying these words correctly, or are you unknowingly offending people? In this lesson, we'll take a look at the most common words that could get you in trouble. To help you make sure that you don't make these faux pas in the future, make sure you download your free cheat sheet, which I've linked to in the description below. Sei pronto? Andiamo! When speaking Italian as a foreign learner, it is only natural to run into situations where you stop and scratch your head or your chin while asking yourself, how do you say in Italian? Now, of course, this is part of the learning curve, and to dig one's way out of this hole, it is only natural to look for the most logical solution. In many cases, when you don't know a word, you may revert back to your native language, in this case, English, and try to Italianize the English word in the hopes that it works exactly the same way in Italian. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's take a look at some examples of the ones that work.
Problema.
Problem.
Concerto.
Concert.
Animale.
Animal.
Fantastico.
Fantastic.
Musica.
Music. The problem comes when this approach doesn't work and a whole Pandora's box of linguistic mayhem is unleashed. From utter gibberish to insults and sexual innuendos, these so-called false friends constitute a dangerous minefield of embarrassment that you need to avoid. But what exactly do we mean by a false friend? Well, a false friend is a word or expression that has a similar form to one in your native language but has a different meaning in another. In this case, some Italian words might look similar to an English word but mean something completely different. Take a look at these examples. Library.
Libreria.
Nope, this doesn't mean library. For that we need
Biblioteca. Argomento.
No, this doesn't mean argument. For that word we need
Discussione.
So the lesson here is keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and your false friends even closer. So let's take a look at how to avoid making a fool of yourself. Let's start with being at a grocery store or in a restaurant. So it's not surprising that many food items can actually be used to refer to something completely different and even naughty. Here are some examples.
Finocchio.
This literally means fennel, but it's also commonly used to say
Farfallina.
This is a type of butterfly-shaped pasta, which literally means little butterfly, but colloquially it can also mean
Fava.
This refers to a broad bean, which is another way to say
Pisello.
Literally pea, but also
Patata.
Literally potato, but more colloquially it's also
Marroni.
Literally chestnuts, but more colloquially
Pesce.
Literally fish, but also a colloquial term for
Ditalini.
This type of pasta literally means fingering.
Zucchina.
This refers to a zucchini, but it's also used to say
Banana.
banana, but more colloquially it's also used to refer to the male appendage. Attenzione, context is key, so be sure to digest these double meanings and to always chew your food. The last thing you need in a fancy Italian restaurant is to choke on a fava. Now let's take a look at some food-related words that are easily mispronounced. Sometimes the problem lies in the way a word is pronounced. Accidentally getting one letter wrong can put you in a really uncomfortable and embarrassing situation. Take a look at these words.
Fico.
This word literally means fig, but if you change the O to an A by mistake, you'll end up saying something completely different.
Penne.
This refers to either the type of pasta or literally pens. If you don't double the N sound and you just say one N, you're actually saying another term for a male appendage.
Pene. Preservativi.
So this word doesn't mean preservatives. In Italian, this actually means condoms. If you want to talk about preservatives, use the word
Conservanti. Pecorino.
This is a type of cheese. But if you misplace just one letter and change the O to an A on the end, you've just said a sexual position.
pecorina,
Doggy style.
cozze,
Now this literally means mussels, the ones that you eat, but it is often misspelled or mispronounced as
cazzo,
another term for saying a male appendage.
calzone,
Now this is a typical Italian folded pizza, but make sure you pronounce the L, otherwise it sounds like you're saying something completely different.
cazzone, carne,
If you're in a restaurant and you want to order meat, make sure that you pronounce this word correctly and really accentuate that letter R. If you don't, you'll end up saying the word for dog, which is
cane,
The lesson here is be extra careful when ordering food at a restaurant, because if you ask the waiter for pecorina on your penne, then you will definitely raise a few eyebrows. Now, not even animals can escape having a rude double meaning in Italian. It's usually a case of substituting the final letter, which creates this double meaning. For example, an innocent,
topo,
which means mouse, can become,
topa,
which means something completely different. If you happen to have a pet mouse at home, be extra careful when telling your Italian friends how much you love playing with your mouse. Here are some more examples of animals with double meanings using their original spelling.
micia,
This is a female cat, but also
pesce,
fish, but also
uccello,
bird, but also
maiale,
pig, which is used to say swine. Here are some other occasions where correct pronunciation is key.
passero,
This means sparrow. However, if you change that final O to an A, it means,
passera, cane,
as we've just seen, cane means dog. But if you accidentally double the N, you're saying,
canne,
which means joints. And no, I don't mean where your bones meet, but this is rolled cannabis cigarettes.
maiala,
This word refers to a pig, more specifically a female pig or a sow, but is also used to say something derogatory about a female. Here's a tip. If you want to say the word pork, don't use the Italian word porco, because this word only means swine. Instead, say maiale, which means pig instead. Let's switch things up now and step inside a music store or a music venue. Now, if you're a music lover, these ones are for you, so watch out. Now, whether you're at a concert or shopping in a music store, double meanings are lurking around every corner. For example, if you want to ask a shop assistant for a trumpet, be careful how you ask them for a tromba. Here's why. The verb,
trombare,
this sounds like the word,
tromba,
which means trumpet. But if you want to say play the trumpet, never say trombare, as it also means
bocchino,
Another term to look out for is the one for a mouthpiece, which is bocchino. Be careful, this can also be used to say
clarinetto,
Now this word means clarinet. However, its double meaning also refers to a male appendage. So we're back at home. We should feel a bit more safe, right? Well, there are more words with double meanings that are found at home too. If you're cleaning the house and you need your Italian roommate to sweep the kitchen floor, expect them to spit out their coffee if you ask them to
scopare,
sweep the kitchen. But why? Well, even though the verb scopare means to sweep, it's also a very common colloquial term to say, who would have thought, right? Here are some more words to look out for.
tetti,
This literally means roofs, but it also refers to female breasts in a derogatory way.
una sega,
This word refers to a saw, the one that you use for DIY. Be careful, this can also be used to say, it's all in the motion if you think about it.
cesso,
This is a slang and vulgar way to refer to a toilet. It is also used to call a person a cesso, which basically means that you're calling them ugly.
cagare,
This is a slang and rather vulgar way to say to defecate or to poo. By now, you're probably thinking that the only safe place to hide from these embarrassing double meanings is in your sleep, right? Not so fast. This reminds me, how do you say pollution in Italian? Polluzione? Not quite. It's a false friend.
Polluzione.
Is a wet dream, whereas
Inquinamento.
is the Italian word for pollution. Attenzione! Now there are many more words out there to look out for. Here are just a few to keep an eye out for.
Alzabandiera.
This literally means flag raising ceremony, but it is also commonly used to refer to a morning wood.
Vai a quel paese.
This literally means go to your country, but many Italians use this expression to say go away, but in a more vulgar way.
Membro.
This means member, but also
La bottega.
this means small local shop, but also a fly or a zipper. So if you want to tell your friend that their zipper is open, you can say
Hai la bottega aperta.
which means your zip is open.
Mettersi a 90 gradi.
This literally means to place oneself at 90 degrees, meaning to bend over.
Godere.
This means to enjoy, but make sure that you never ask someone,
Stai godendo?
which can be literally translated as, are you enjoying yourself? Meaning, are you pleasuring yourself?
Sto venendo.
Now this literally means I'm coming, and just like in English, it sounds a little bit naughty. So avoid saying this when you are running late, as it almost always refers to the sexual meaning. Instead, say,
Sto arrivando.
I'm on my way, or I'll be there soon.
Limonare.
This literally means to lemon, in other words, to make out.
Metterlo dietro.
This literally means to put or place it behind. In other words, to penetrate your rear from behind.
Andare a letto.
This literally means to go to bed. This can refer to just going to bed to sleep, but also to have sex with someone.
Andare insieme.
Literally, this means to go together. Now, its meaning can vary depending on the region. In some places, it might mean simply to kiss, but in other places, it could mean to have sex. To help you practice the correct pronunciation and avoid the naughty alternatives, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet, which I've linked to in the description below. To make sure you never miss a future lesson, hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. If you enjoyed this lesson, then you'll love Intrepid Italian, my series of online self-paced video courses that break down everything you need to know about Italian using my unique 80-20 method. Just visit intrepiditalian.com for more details. Enjoyed this lesson? Make sure you watch this video here to learn the top 100 most commonly used Italian words, and this video here to cheat your way to fluency in Italian. This is a real game changer. A presto! Ciao!